You're just a big, fat panda.
I'm not a big fat panda. I'm the big fat panda. Skadoosh.
Before we get started, you have to take a look at this. My friend Lucinda told me about a house not too far from my neighborhood that does a Disney Halloween display. I am here with Mickey and Minnie Baus. No, you didn't hear me wrong. Literally, her name is Minnie, his name is Mickey, and this is their creation. I'm going to give the mic over to them for a moment because this thing is really done with love and respect, and you can see you're a Disney nuts.
Yes.
What does this entail?
We just enjoy sharing smiles with everybody. That's our whole thing is, if we made you smile, we did our job.
And you did, and everybody I see coming in here, and you feel very welcome. The kids, it's just a beautiful, beautiful home with great energy, I have to say.
Thank you.
That's it, yeah. We start just before the 1st of October putting this up. We have high school volunteers that help us out, thank goodness, because they really come in and help us set this up and organize it, and we get through a lot of setup while they're here helping us. And then we put up a little bit every day after that so that the kids can come by every single day and hopefully see something new.
Yep.
And when do you get ready for Christmas?
The day after Thanksgiving, we'll start setup.
The day after Thanksgiving, you'll
Yes.
start setting up for Christmas.
Yes.
Okay, I have to come back for
Yes.
Christmas.
Yes,
Yes, absolutely.
So you can look forward to seeing these people on the December show.
Absolutely.
Guys, thank you so much. Welcome to Big Fat Panda show number 28. Yes, their names are really Mickey and Minnie Baus. Can't make this stuff up, folks. They're really wonderful people, wonderful people. Allow me to mention my exclusive sponsor, David's Vacation Club Rentals at dvcrentals.com. You will be hearing more of them in the broadcast. Great company. Check out dvcrentals.com. And before we jump into the show, let me mention the guest for this month is Robb Alvey. He is my first repeat guest. He was such a popular guest, I had him back. So he'll be back here later. Robb Alvey from Theme Park Review. Okay, Halloween is not over. It might be over for you, or you might be watching this on Halloween. But take a look at what the people in Fort Wilderness do. These are people that go and rent campgrounds and put either their RVs or tents or whatever. I don't know it too much, but it's a campground, and they rent space from Disney. It's Fort Wilderness, not to be confused with Wilderness Lodge. Take a look at some of these elaborate setups for Halloween. This Facebook group called Disney Dapper Darlings. They're people that like to do cosplay, they like to do dress up. They really can coordinate. They got a bunch of people together to be villains to take over the Magic Kingdom. We were there with cameras. Take a look.
Fix your hair, get yourself going. If you cannot see the camera cannot see you.
Just do yours. Yeah, Marina's there.
Marina, you gotta get in the shop more.
She hides.
Alright, everyone say Phillips Day!
The castle construction is almost complete. Those new turrets, they now have the ones on the far right and left, have like little lookout towers. I don't think they're for guests. People are saying, you know, can we go watch fireworks from them? I think they're for equipment. They don't look like they'd be that great of a view anyway, because it's real up close and off to the side. But look at the new castle turrets. What we're still waiting on is for them to finish the ramps that go up into the castle. Those are still not completed. So a while ago on BigFatPanda.com, we did a lot of food reviews. And I stopped doing them for a while, and people were saying, where's the food reviews? So I'm guessing people like them. So we started to do food reviews again. There are 3 that will be out this month. Pecos Bill, the Studio Catering Company, and the new menu at Pop Century. When you get a chance, I go with some friends, I put a microphone in the middle of the table, we all order something, and trying to get these people not to eat it before I take a picture of it is pretty difficult, but it can be done.
And some tomato soup.
Tomato basil, right?
Yeah, I think it's tomato basil. It looks creamy too, so it's not like, it's definitely a creamy tomato soup.
Pulled beef brisket
with some horseradish sauce in there. But this is extremely good. It's good pulled beef, some good cheese on there, some horseradish sauce, which is phenomenal. Very, very good, and you're getting a good amount of the sandwich for what you're paying for.
Staying on the topic of food, Universal Studios opened up the NBC Grill. I've eaten there twice before the media event, and it was really awesome. It did elevate City Walk to me. This is the new grand opening of the NBC Grill.
Excel right now and its popularity.
I like to hope that we've been a part of it, but I think the fans here have been fantastic. I mean, they really embrace the sport. I think the fact that Tampa Bay Lightning are a young, exciting team really helps us. You know, we want to have that mark down here. And I think one of the things we saw during the Stanley Cup Final was the party atmosphere outside of the arena, and then that feeding inside the arena as well. And that's a team that's definitely here to stay, and it's going to be good for a long time.
And I think it's places like this as well where you can go.
And sticking with Universal, they announced another ride. Well, Jimmy Fallon announced another ride, his ride.
Yeah, I can officially announce it now, right? Is this the one here? Yeah. Okay, yeah. In 2017, we're going to have our very own ride at Universal Orlando Resort. Now, this is real. It's called Race Through New York, starring Jimmy Fallon. That's what it is. This is the real deal. I mean, this is real deal. Oh, it's scary, it's fun, it's exciting. Do you know the Harry Potter rides and all that stuff? It's like that. Except instead of Harry Potter, it's me.
Right.
And instead of Hogwarts, it's New York City.
Oh, there you go.
But it's insane. The technology is 3D. It's like unmoving things. It might even be 4D. Does that count as a dimension? The other one?
Am I excited about the Jimmy Fallon ride? Not really. I'm sorry, Universal. It's not. I like fantasy and stuff like that, and I'm not getting that with Jimmy Fallon. And it's another projection, another virtual ride. The whole Universal Park seems to be all virtual projection. Between Shrek and Minions and Transformers and even most of the Harry Potter stuff and Simpsons, it's just more of the same. Oh, and I can't forget about Food and Wine. Food and Wine is still going on. It was awesome this year. They had, it's just my opinion, they just had food that I liked. They had so many things to get. Of course, I'm Italian. I went to Italy. I got the raviolis. Delicious. They were awesome. I think they actually got better as time went on. When they first started, the sauce wasn't as good, and then the sauce just got better. So I can't wait to go back and get more raviolis. On January 16th, a new dining event will be going on at Disney's Hollywood Studios. It's in that new Sunset Showcase Theater that they're building between Twilight Zone and Rock and Roller Coaster. It's called Club Villain. I forgot the price, actually. I think it was pretty pricey. It was $99. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's $99. Where you eat with the villains, and it looks like a pretty big dinner. I got to get more details on it, but it's coming. Club Villain. It's starting on January 16th. I'll have more next month. And now let's go to another episode of Mouse-A-Holics with Corinne Andersson.
Hi everybody and welcome back to Mouse-A-Holics. My name is Corinne and this month I'm going to show you some of my favorite stuff for the October month. Come along! So my first pick of the month is this awesome poison apple mug. So you can find this currently at the Magic Kingdom and not just at the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, but during the whole day. So you see this, it's from Snow White, the evil queen. And you can open it like this and you can fill it with any treats you like, you know, like soda, popcorn, ice cream, wine, my favorite. And it's $11.50 at the Magic Kingdom while supplies last. These are going to go quickly, people, so hurry. So my next pick for the month is actually my favorite. It's this working clock figurine of Cogsworth from Beauty and the Beast. He just arrived at the Magic Kingdom. You will see him at Disneyland too, but just look how amazing it is. So you can open it here, and here's a little pendulum. So it's totally moving, and you put in batteries in the back. It has a screen that covers that up, and it's $75. This will go super fast, people, so hurry out to your, closest park, Magic Kingdom. And around Christmas time, he will be, constantly in the parks. But for you die-hard Beauty and the Beast fans, you need to get him now, so you have him matching to your Lumiere and little ship cup. So my last pick for the month is this wonderful Hocus Pocus t-shirt. For the first time, we're getting a t-shirt with some rare characters. And the Sanderson sisters are the star of the show during Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. But the t-shirt you can now get outside of the party. So get yours soon before Halloween's over. So for even more of my favorite picks, come back next month to watch Mouse-A-Holic and see even more Disney merchandise. Please visit DisneyLifestylers.com. See you later!
We also went to the new MagicBand Custom Design and Personalization Center. It's in Tomorrowland next to Space Mountain, where the arcade used to be. And you can now pick a MagicBand, any color that you want, including purple. Only at this location can you get purple. Apparently it's a big deal. You can't get purple. And you can put different designs on it. Take a look at this video. It shows you how you can do it with the iPad screens that they have there. And it gets printed up right there. And you can personalize it with your name, too. My exclusive sponsor, David's Vacation Club Rentals. You may or may not be aware I'm doing night series videos for them of the resorts on their YouTube channel. Their YouTube channel is youtube.com/DVC Rentals. Go over there, take a look at the videos. There's great room and resort videos there. But more importantly, this month I did the Boardwalk, and the Boardwalk is really special at night. I wanted to show what the resorts look like at night, but the Boardwalk at night is definitely one of my favorites.
You do want to go swimming? Maybe later. We can't now. Right now, some very important things to do for you guys. My name is Corinne Andersson. I know, it's the exciting part. Please do. Calm down.
So for the full video and a lot more, check out youtube.com/DVC Rentals. The prize for this month is going to be one of the Sorcerers of the Kingdom game cards, the exclusive one that you can only get during Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. This card will go out to somebody special. All you have to do is make sure you thumbs up this video, put in a little comment of any sort, and make sure you're subscribed to BigFatPanda.com. And now, let's get to our guest, our first repeat guest, Mr. Robb Alvey from Theme Park Review. And here, for the second time, is Robb Alvey from Theme Park Review. I have never had a repeat guest, and it's not like can't get guests. I had to have you back. You were probably the most popular. Okay, on YouTube, and I'm gonna stroke your ego for a second. On YouTube,
I like when you stroke me.
On YouTube, you can tell an audience retention.
Okay.
And I can see with guests, they'll stay from me, and then some of the guests they'll drop off, or they'll, never has it gone up for a guest, where I've actually had less views than the guest. Your show, they watched your interview more than my whole show.
Are you sure when you saw the audience retention, it just didn't drop so low that it went back through the top, and then that's what...
No, I think people were so interested to see a candid, real, who is Robb Alvey? And I think it was great. I think probably people that, had a beef with you saw it and was like, oh, he's a good guy.
No, I'm not.
Or maybe the other way. Who knows? Hey, who knows? So, you have an award. I have a special award.
Yay!
Okay, you have to hold it throughout the whole show.
Oh, God.
It's okay.
Oh, look at that. Oh, I love it. Oh. Can I kiss it?
You can kiss. It's dusty, though. Be careful. It's dusty. I don't know what dust is on here from the cats.
Tastes like cheese.
Okay, so you're back.
I'm back.
What I learned from you from the last interview, which was really interesting to me, is that you weren't just a roller coaster guy.
Not at all.
I mean, I know you like roller coasters, but you were really, I was happy to find out you were more a theme park guy. You love theme parks. All right, so let's just talk the obvious. The polar coaster.
Right.
We've been talking about it for years. This big, 500 feet?
500. Well, I think they said the roller coaster will be at 500 feet, but I think they said the tower is like 600-700 feet or something like that, going all the way up.
This is iDrive.
Right.
Traffic-wise, it will be an issue. They have to figure that out. But what's going on with Universal? Why are they upset?
So this is my take on it, because this is all very new and it's been happening the last couple weeks. If I had to guess, and this is purely speculation, is they announced that Wet n Wild's going to close, and keep in mind that's all the way down on the other end of iDrive, like Kirkman area, and I'm guessing that they want to build some sort of nighttime entertainment complex as well, and they're looking, the polar coaster is going to be like direct competition. One end of iDrive, over on Sand Lake is going to have this giant, polar coaster with, I think, 2 or 3 attractions, the big roller coaster, the drop tower, the zip line, the restaurants, all that kind of stuff. So, because, Universal didn't seem to care when, Fun Spot put in the 300-foot Sky Coaster, when Merlin put in the 400-foot Orlando Eye, but all of a sudden they really care about the 500-foot Skyplex, saying it's light pollution and everything, but it's like that's not new. This isn't new to Orlando.
To me, though, the more business you'd get on iDrive, it would benefit everyone.
That's what I would think too.
The polar coaster, you're going to go on it after 10 minutes. If you don't eat at that restaurant tonight, maybe you'll go to their place.
And that's it too. It's like, for me, iDrive, it needs more stuff like this. Like, I was thrilled when all that Orlando Eye stuff opened. I mean, we go down there, to Yard House and Chewy's and Tin Roof, and we love those restaurants. The attractions are great.
I agree.
I mean, I would never, usually, because I live over in Dr. Phillips, which is right around the corner from that area, and we would, as locals, kind of avoid iDrive, because it was just a bunch of chain restaurants and world's biggest gift shops, and there's no need to go there. And
I've been to iDrive more now this year than ever because of the restaurants and stuff.
So if Merlin can do it with the Eye, if Josh Wallach and his people could do it with Mangoes and the Skyplex, and hell, if Universal can do it with whatever they want to do with Wet n Wild, that just gives tourists and locals a lot more options. I don't understand why they would want to stop more growth in that area.
Do you think from your home you'll be able to look up and see this thing? And could that be their beef? That from Universal, can you see from a park the structure?
I mean, here's the thing, right? I can see when we pick up our daughter from school, we turn the corner, bam, the eye is like, it feels like it's right there. But I gotta be honest, it's kind of cool. I mean, it's like we live in
a theme park. No,
yeah,
and we moved here for that reason.
We live in Orlando for, you know, it's like that's we live in the heart and soul of all of this craziness. It's like, it's cool to see the Orlando Eye like right there. You know, I mean, like if you were gonna live in Vegas, you know, unless you were gonna like drive out or live in Henderson or something like that, you kind of live there because it's like you want to be part of that world. Like, and yeah, I mean, okay, so. You look at fun spots, what is it, the 250-foot sky coaster that's over at their new park. You could see that structure from the Universal parking garage. And I guess if you really try to look hard in the right direction from the park, you can see that maybe from the top of a roller coaster. But, like, I don't think you'll really be able to see the polar coaster. Like, it's not going to be, like, right there because, one, you're not looking for it. Two, the park has set up this berm that's all the way around. Right. So, yeah, I mean, if you're on the top of Dueling Dragons or Hulk or something, you might see it. But, like, you know, only if you're like looking off in that direction.
Yeah,
and
I think it'll revitalize the whole.
Yeah, I don't see what the big deal is.
I wonder how loud the screams from up top. It seems so high up you wouldn't even hear the people.
Yeah, no, I think they would just sort of drown out up there.
Okay. All right, let's switch gears. Go to Disney Springs.
Okay.
I'm getting really excited. Have you tried all these new restaurants and stuff going on at Disney Springs?
Oh my God, Morimoto's was amazing.
Okay, so I was I haven't been.
Okay.
Because I thought the menu was going to be too weird, and then when I saw the menu. It was orange chicken.
And it's reasonable.
It wasn't horribly priced, like I thought it was going to.
I mean, okay. Anytime you go to a restaurant on Disney property, you have to expect to spend a little bit more because of where you're at. It's just like, you know, if I go and get a soda at a movie theater, it's more expensive. If I go and get a hot dog at a baseball game, it's more expensive. If I go and eat food at Disney, I know it's going to be a little bit more expensive. But man, I've now been to Morimoto's twice. We have lunch reservations there tomorrow too.
That's great.
And I love Asian food. I mean, I love Japan. I mean, hi, I'm wearing my Japan shirt. And it was the coolest thing. We ate there. We had a friend of ours in town. We ate there the 2 nights, I think, after they did their media event, and Morimoto was still there. And we went up and got pictures with him. He was so friendly. Our little daughter went over and actually asked him in Japanese, can I take a picture with you? And
you've taken her to Japan so much she knows how to say
that. Yeah. I mean, we've taught her enough Japanese that, and he was so impressed that she spoke Japanese to him, and he was super cool. And the weirdest thing is, like, he was just in the restaurant at the sushi bar making sushi for the entire time we were there. In fact, he made our sushi. Like, our sushi came out, and we're looking at, it's like Chef Morimoto's back there at the sushi bar. Like, Morimoto just made our sushi. This is like the coolest thing. Like, and again, it was reasonably priced. The menu options were delicious. You know,
the food was exceptional.
Yeah. Oh my God, it was really good. I mean, you know, I had we had 2 different things. We had a kung pao chicken and like I think it was like a Mongolian beef. The Mongolian beef.
I only know that from P.F. Chang's.
Yeah, so. But it came like blazing hot, still cooking in like one of those, like, you know, like skillet things. Wow. And we got both of those entrees and then we split them in half so we can try two different things.
I'm getting so hungry now.
I know. And we ended the meal and I asked my buddy, I'm like, well, which was your favorite? And he's like, I can't choose. They were both so good. So
you see, they're giving us good quality stuff.
Yeah.
Jock Lindsay Bar, I didn't think it was the most amazing thing. I thought the appetizers were cool.
Yeah.
And the bars, I just think it's another good place to visit.
Here's my biggest beef with the Hangar Bar. It's tiny.
It's like, very tiny. Except for the outside.
Well, and that's the thing. So okay, like, my biggest beef with Trader Sam's is that it's tiny. And that if you want to get the Trader Sam's experience, you kind of have to go inside. If you sit on the patio, it's nice and all, but the patio feels so detached from the other thing. At least Hangar Bar feels like, okay, the inside's really small, which kind of surprised me a little bit.
Me too.
I mean, I counted.
It looks so much bigger from outside.
Yeah, there's only 10 tables inside. We counted. We're like, really? There's 10 tables in here. That's it. But at least the outside area with the big boat and everything doesn't feel as detached. You have that fantastic view of Saratoga on the other side and the water. So at least it still feels like you're getting some sort of experience out there.
I feel like Saratoga Springs is going from a hotel that is sometimes overlooked to might be a very nice place, especially for the people that have been doing the park stuff.
Yep.
And now they just want to maybe go to Disney Springs and get drunk and walk over the bridge back to their hotel and not have to worry about transportation. It just seems like but do you see all the stuff that's not even done yet?
Oh yeah, no, it's crazy.
The whole town center.
Yeah.
It's and now Planet Hollywood is like horrible eyesore.
I know, you kind of go there and you're like, when is this going to get changed?
It needs to get changed
Yeah.
quickly to the white observatory.
Yeah, no,
because
it
now
really
looks
does.
Really horrible.
We're staying at Saratoga in November, so it'll be interesting to see how that works out. Because like we do have a couple nights where we're doing, I think, like dinner at Morimoto's one night, I think Boathouse the other night. So we'll see how that goes. We just kind of walk across.
Yeah. Did you go to the gelato place yet?
We did, yeah. Oh, yeah,
It's $5 for this little thing,
but it's so good.
It's so good. What flavor did you have? Do you remember?
I want to say, I think we had like a peanut butter one.
There is a peanut butter.
Yeah, no, and that was fantastic.
Okay, let's go to the Star Wars land.
Yay, Star Wars!
Are you excited about it?
I am. So the thing I'm most excited about Star Wars Land is, to me, I always felt that Hollywood Studios was one of those parks that it just feels so disjointed. I mean, the whole area, when you walk down the streets, if you remember, that whole area was never meant for guests. That's where the trams went, and then they opened that up. And I mean, like, I go to that park all the time, and I still get lost. Like, well, where is, where am I at?
I do the same. I'm like, Muppets is...
Yeah, I'm the same
street.
thing, yeah. Yeah, like, where do I go to the back lot, and where's Star Tours from here? And to be honest, it's like, look, and I know some people will hate me for saying this, I just want them to bulldoze that entire side of the park and redo it, just like they did DC out in California. And I know it's going to suck for a couple of years because it's just going to be like, it's going to look like this the whole time you're walking through the park. It's just going to be walls. But man, DCA looks fantastic now. So if they can do that same thing to studios that they did to DCA, I'm all for it.
What do we think? 3 years or more?
Yeah, I'd have to guess. I mean, there's a lot going in. I mean, because you're talking not even just the Star Wars Land, but that Toy Story thing. We're talking like, in my mind, I'm envisioning like, when you're looking at I was going to say the hat, but the hat's not there. When you're looking at the castle, not the castle, the thing at the end, the Chinese theater, right? When you're looking at the thing at the end of the street, I'm envisioning that almost everything to the left is just like I'm picturing that there's going to be some point of studios where the only thing you're going to see is that Star Tours building, and that's it. And I'm okay with that. Like I
just think for people who haven't been and they're coming for the first time, it's going to be a half-day park and that's it. And then you go to the other parks.
Yeah, I mean, but realistically, I mean, I remember when they started the Frozen stuff last summer. And we did a full day at studios because we went, for the full thing, right? Yeah, well, that was a good day. And I remember thinking, like, wow, we just spent a full day at the studios, and that was kind of challenging.
So what's new in the coaster world that I don't even know about?
So 2015 was a pretty exciting year, actually. We had Rocky Mountain Construction. I think I've talked about them before. They're the ones that took Texas Giant from like kind of an old, sort of rough and crappy.
What park were we in?
Six Flags Over Texas.
Six Flags Over Texas.
They took Texas Giant, which was kind of an older, roughy, crappier wooden coaster. Kind of like was like, look, I mean, it's done. Ripped out all the wood track, put all the steel track on it, and it's awesome.
Oh, I saw a video or something. Yeah.
So over the last couple of years, I mean, they've opened Outlaw Run, Medusa. So we had 2 this year. They took the old Colossus at Magic Mountain and took what used to be a racing coaster side by side, and they took all the wood track off of that, put steel track onto it. It's still a racing coaster in theory, but instead of kind of like, getting in your car and going around the loop, and you come around and you do it twice. So they turned it into kind of like called a Mobius loop thing. So you come around, you do the first track, you go back up the second lift hill again, while somebody else has just come out and is now racing you on the first lift hill, and you duel, you race and duel with them while you're doing kind of an airtime hill. The other train comes and does, they call it a Top Gun maneuver, right? Because you remember like the Top Gun thing? Yes. Where the one train is doing this thing, the other one comes up, and you basically look up and the people are like right ahead of you.
That's crazy.
It has a high five maneuver where both tracks come in and they both do 90-degree angles. So, I mean, well, you can't actually touch, but if you put your hands out, it feels like you could high five the person. It just... absolutely crazy elements.
Now, they could not do that with the original wood. You needed steel to make that maneuver.
I mean, you could okay, in theory you could actually do that with wood today, but I think being able to do it in steel just kind of made some of these maneuvers a lot easier to do and
smoother.
Yeah, it definitely makes it smoother. They did one up at Six Flags New England, Wicked Cyclone, and then next year. So this is going to be a very interesting year next year. So Dollywood is opening what is going to technically be the first launched wooden roller coaster.
That's the fire thing.
That's what it's called, Lightning Rod. Kind of,
Okay.
yeah, the street racers or whatever. So you're going to get launched up this lift hill and then basically down into what looks just like a crazy airtime machine. It has this quad down, which is just four. It's built on the side of this giant mountain, and it's just 4 airtime hills, one after the other. And then over in Sweden, they're building a coaster called Wildfire, which, again, another just crazy terrain wooden roller coaster that'll have 3 inversions on it and just full of airtime. So it's just, these wooden roller coasters went from being like, kind of remember your classic turn of the century, American rides, to all crazy, just screwed up roller coasters.
And you have trips planned to these places already?
We do, actually, yeah. We're going to go to Dollywood next year. We're going to do a big Europe trip next year.
Do you wait till it's open a week so you don't go and, it's not open yet?
Yeah, no, I mean, and most of the times when we plan a trip, like, we're in contact with the guys from Rocky Mountain and the parks and Intamin and all of these ride manufacturers, and we'll at least get a pretty good idea. And, they can't always tell us, when something's going to open, but we'll say, like, okay, well, we're planning July, and they'll say, that's a very good month to plan. More like, instead of like, we're planning March, and it's like, I wouldn't plan your trip that
Right.
They at least give you a pretty good idea. So
well, I have to say, Theme Park Review, we know it's popular, and it's important enough, I guess, for them to get you to get the video and stuff.
Sure.
Which the videos have been awesome. They're 60 frames per second.
Yeah, we've been shooting with new cameras and everything this year.
Okay, for those that don't know, if you have Apple TV or YouTube, it'll say 720 or 1080.
Right.
Both of them HD, and then I think it says 60 FPS next to it.
Yes, it does.
60 frames per second. It looks
fantastic.
It really does. It's almost like being there. All right, so not only are you my first repeat guest, I bet you'll be the first third-time guest.
Dude,
soon.
that would be
By
great.
next year,
I would love it.
We'll do that.
We can do a whole recap then as well.
Thank you very much. I appreciate all of your insight and everything. And Theme Park Review, you've got to watch those videos. God, they're great. And there you have it, show number 28. Thank you so much for joining. Next month is going to be a big month. It's my favorite month. Do you remember why or know why? It's Christmas time here in Orlando. It really is. November is Christmas. It starts Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, the Osborne Lights, which are going away. But there's so many other things going on for Christmas. Make sure you see next month's show. I am already planning it. A whole bunch of Christmas stuff. I'm getting excited, too excited. I'm sorry. Please don't forget, if you, a loved one, a family member, anybody is planning a trip or already has accommodations and might want to change, planning a trip to Walt Disney World, take a look at David's Vacation Club Rentals at dvcrentals.com. Price calculator, right on their site. It tells you exactly what it cost for the accommodations that you've selected. And it's a lot less than calling Central Reservations. You're renting someone's Disney Vacation Club points, and you're getting a big savings. So check out David's Vacation Club Rentals, dvcrentals.com. Until next time, go forth, create pandemonium, tune in for the Christmas show, and above all, keep giving out those Panda hugs. I've been getting them from a lot of you, and I love it. Thank you so much. Until next time, Panda out.